Shalom, and welcome to Psychology of the Parsha for Parshat Pekudei. Pekudei begins with Ele Pekudei HaMishkan, Mishkan HaEdut. These are the accounts for the tabernacle of testimony. And then it continues saying, Asher Pukad Al Pi Moshe, which was counted by Moshe, and it goes on in giving us an account of all the income, everything that came in through all the donations, and what it was used for in the construction of the tabernacle. You know, every narrative in the Torah, of course, has its literal meaning. It has its literal storyline that it's telling us of something that happened in the past. Of course, it applies to our present too. Well, like every other part of the Torah, it has also the element of remez. Those esoteric hints that the Torah gives us in the words that it chose to tell us that narrative. In this narrative, it's obvious and it kind of jumps out on you that the verse mentions twice the word Mishkan, which means tabernacle, but it really means the dwelling place of Hashem. What is hinted here with that? It could have been said, these are the accounts of the tabernacle of testimony. Why say of the tabernacle, comma, the tabernacle of testimony? So the sages tell us that this is hinting to us the two dwelling places of Hashem, the two Mishkans, the two holy temples that were destroyed. So already, all the way in the beginning, God gave us a little hint for that. When the Torah was written, hundreds of years before even the first temple was constructed on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, already the hint for its destruction was here. Now that seems to be very negative. Imagine, it was all already pre-planned. Wow, how sad. But like everything else in the Torah, and even in life, there's always a positive element. Not only is it a element, but it's the real element of it. Sometimes it's just the surface that covers that element seems to be all negative. If you just scratch it away a little bit or just brush it away, you get to the positive. What is the positive in this? Take the word Mishkan. Mem, Shin, Chaf, Nun. The way it's punctuated here, the vowels, it's read Mishkan, which means the tabernacle, the dwelling place of Hashem. But you know, in the Torah, all words appear without vowels. Thus, if we insert slightly different vowels, these words can be read mashkon, mashkon. What does the word mashkon mean? Mashkon means collateral. Think of it for a moment. What is the definition of collateral? What does collateral mean? It's temporary. The person in the possession of that item or items is not its ultimate owner. It's not permanently in his or her possession. It's going to one day, sooner or later, go back to its original owner. It's all going to return. It's going to be reversed. And that's what Hashem is hinting to us. Hashem knows the future. And He knew that inevitably the Jews are going to sin. They're going to fall short of their duties, and thus, unfortunately, trigger the destruction of the temple. But He wants us to know this, and He wants us to remember this, and He gives it to us almost clearly when He hints that to us, that in the depth of that, the true element of it is positive. Mashkon. It's not forever. It's not permanent. True, you go to Jerusalem today, you don't see the Temple Mount. A few small remnants of this part of the Bet HaMikdash and that part of the Bet HaMikdash, but the entirety of it is not there. Hashem tells us, listen, that's only a mashkon. It's only a collateral, a guarantee. But it's not going to be forever. It's going to come back. And when it comes back, it's going to come back in much greater beauty and glory than ever before. And this applied to our lives. There are things in our lives sometimes that don't go the way we'd like them to go. It seems to be a destruction. There seems to be sometimes plans, things, successes, hopes that are totally destroyed, totally destructed. And the message Hashem is giving to us in our little temples, every Jew is like a temple. Remember, no matter how bad it looks in the current, it's only a mashkon. It's only temporary. And that's something that can help us get through even the most difficult of situations. Shalom.